August and Edinburgh is teeming with people from all around the world. Bars are full, streets are decorated, and the atmosphere is full of fun, laughter and entertainment. The Fringe Festival that comes around only once a year is back in town, and the people of Edinburgh are ready. Comedians, student discounts and live bands all night long. Except it's 2020 and there is no Fringe Festival this year. So what does Edinburgh look like in August when there's no Fringe Festival? Let's find out. Hi, my name is Jade and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you around Edinburgh, exploring to see what it's like during August with no Fringe Festival. I filmed this video on a Thursday, on the 6th of August, and it was a really hot and sunny day as well, so this might impact how busy some of the places are or some of the things that you can do. So even though it was a really hot and sunny day, I still think that it does show how different Edinburgh is in August during no Fringe Festival. So what did I notice? The once overflowing grass market has an organised number of people enjoying drinks in the scarce sun, with chances of being allowed inside when the inevitable rain hits slim to none. With the Scottish forecast being mostly rain, people will be reluctant to sit outside, though the views of the castle might win them over. The Royal Mile is empty and performers are nowhere to be seen. No floating Yoda, amazing statue woman, or the incredible Houdini man that escapes a locked box all on his own. The mile-long road to the castle has never looked so bare, and any tourist that did make it to Edinburgh this August will notice the vast difference and the lack of festivities that normally fill the cobbled roads. The bustling Princes Street has no venues available for live entertainment, as social distancing would be near impossible, and dancing wouldn't quite be the same with a bubble of space around you and no one to dance with. Trams, buses and taxis are less common and definitely less busy. The gardens that you would normally not be able to see any green space on was sporadic. It had a lot of people but not as many as you would expect. I would say that Edinburgh definitely did look different, but not in a bad way at all. If you're coming here this year as a holiday or to study or just as a visit, then definitely don't worry because there will still be plenty to do. The Princes Street Gardens were open, the castle, even though it really wasn't busy at all, was still open. Camera Obscura was open, there was still lots of cool historical places to see, tour guides were still operating as well, and smaller teams, but they were definitely still giving tours. I was so happy when I found out that my favourite lunch place to eat in Edinburgh was still open. They were operating on different hours with fewer staff, however their food was still 10 out of 10 as normal, and I 100% would recommend you going there if you are coming to Edinburgh this year. It is called Scooby's and it is just off of Morrison Street. So if you like wraps and baked potatoes and cheese, definitely check out Scooby's. They're a tiny little business and they definitely deserve it. Edinburgh has always kind of lacked toilets in the city centre, and this was even worse now due to pandemic. The toilets in the Princes Street Gardens were locked off, you couldn't get to them whatsoever, and I guess as well because you couldn't go inside restaurants to eat, I don't think you'd be allowed to go inside to use the toilets. However, the ones at the train station were still working as normal. The train station didn't look much different to me. The only thing that I did notice was there was restaurants and little shops closed. They just said until further notice, so I don't know how long exactly they will be closed for. However, on the way out of the train station up the stairs, Waverley Mall is still open and quite a few shops were still open there too, so it's not very far to go if you did need food. The traffic in Edinburgh was one of the biggest changes that I noticed. Usually during August and during the Fringe Festival, the traffic is unbearable. You can't get from A to B in less than an hour usually. Like one side of Princes Street to the other would take over half an hour, which is just unnecessary. But this time I was not stuck in traffic once. Buses were going really smoothly, especially as well on my way home along Newington Road. It was so quick getting home, which I didn't expect at all. So if you don't drive, you get the bus. It's definitely a difference, and it's a good difference, I would say. The castle, which I thought would be a lot more busy, it just wasn't. It was still open, and there was people going in, but really not that many. It wasn't full. Usually the castle, getting tickets takes about half an hour, but they have self-checkout tickets now, and they were just not busy. The Camera Obscura was still open, the Princes Street Gardens were open, lots of restaurants and bars had opened. There's definitely a lot of things that you can still do. There might not be live comedians or live bands or nightclubs open, but it's definitely still a fun city to be in. So if you're coming this year to study or just to visit, you'll definitely still have plenty to do and plenty to see for sure. Even just going along Edinburgh and looking at all of the amazing sights and taking it all in, or walking up Arthur's Seat, you'll have lots to do and lots to see and lots to explore. So definitely don't let it deter you. I've got a few other Edinburgh-based videos lined up that I'm hoping to film this year. One of them will be around food as well, and what good food places there are in Edinburgh, especially if you're on a budget or a student like me. So if you would like to see that, please let me know down in the comments and I will definitely get it done. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend.